Hi there, and welcome to another adrenaline-pumping episode of Knorr Taste Quest. It is hot, just got hotter. Coming from the brand that cares as much about the food that you cook for your loved ones as you do, and is co-sponsored by Costaris Motors and Kenwood. This is Knorr Taste Quest, and I'm your host, Manny. And every week on Knorr Taste Quest, our contestants have to pit their culinary prowess against one another to discover the Knorr Taste Quest champion and earn the bragging rights as Nigeria's culinary best. Now the competition took off at top speed though, and is showing no signs of slowing down at all. And why will it? When the winner goes away with a brand new SUV, 2 million naira in cash, amazing kitchen equipment, and other fantastic prizes. I think these reasons are sufficient. Now, last week was a real roller coaster ride between two groups, and yet again, the ingredients proving to be the major obstacle in this quest.
We worked as a team, we shared responsibility, and everyone did their best.
I believe we did good, but of course the judges thought differently, and they are seasoned culinarians. We're here to learn and improve on our art, so it's always a thing to learn from an experience or a review.
Or if my team loses and I have to go home, I won't be happy, but it's a competition. There has to be losers for there to be a winner. I hope my team does not lose.
That being said, one group shall win and one group shall lose. Team leaders, have you packed your knives ready for one person to go home? Your brief was to take jollof rice to the next level. The winning group will get 30,000 naira to share, courtesy of the Knorr Taste Quest brand. Victor, I'm proud to say that you have won 30,000 naira. Aditola, let's have your knives. You're out. Thank you. We're so sorry. You were the weakest link in your group. You were on probation last week, and your group lost. So unfortunately, your journey with Knorr Taste Quest Season 2 has ended. Thank you.
I think we are ready for another roller coaster ride, right? But hold it, let's meet our judges, starting off with our executive chef, Dr. Robert, and our sous chef, Chef Freggs, and our second sous chef, Chef Renee. Best. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
I'm not sure about you, but for me, I'm revved up and ready to go. Who's with me?
I am.
It's time, Dr. Robert.
Last week, we tried to help you with your skills by giving you all two excellent chefs to work with, to guide you and to lead you. And the most simple thing threw you all astray, and that is called following instructions. Doom. Let me ask you a simple question. What's a canapé?
It's a finger food.
It's a finger food. Olabode, what's an appetizer?
An appetizer is like the first course in the meal that makes you want to
It's the first course in the meal. Let's stop it there, because when you sit to start your meal, I want to have a glass of water. Moses, what's an hors d'oeuvre?
Finger food.
Victor, what's an amuse-bouche?
An amuse-bouche is a starter, basically amusing the palate.
Amuse-bouche is a starter, basically amuses the palate. I'll accept that definition, but it's not actually what I would have called it to be. For me, it's more an expression of you in small bits and pieces to amuse my palate and get me ready for something even better. So it's not necessarily an appetizer, neither is an hors d'oeuvre, neither it is the canapé. It's in the same family, but it's carrying that thing to the next notch and the next level, so that you can express yourself and show this is my ability. Let my mouth feel what you are able to do in one taste, in one bite. You may open the big pot in front of you. I'm sure every ingredient in front of you is familiar to you. Last week you wasted everything in the pantry. Chef Renee said chop, 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 only to throw away. Today, you're going to amuse our palates in one bite in 5 places. And that's why we have given you little vessels, appetizer vessels, whatever you want to call them. You have 5 of them to amuse our palates with. You may open your ovens and bring out what's in the oven. You have 5 pieces of meat, small, nicely cut and cleaned pieces of meat for you. Today is the meat feast. You have a minute steak, a piece of rump steak, a prime piece of pork, a small piece of lamb, and a piece of goat. You have vegetables in front of you. You have cashew nuts, beets, aubergines, zucchini, carrots, pumpkin, and ginger. Each item must feature a minimum of 2 of these in each of the items you're cooking. You have a piece of paper in front of you. Make sure you make your own notes, because when you come to us, we want to know exactly what you have done before we put it into our mouth to taste. You have 50 minutes and your time starts now.
What a combo of meat after meat after meat. Dr. Robert, please educate us.
What do you think about the choice of ingredients today?
I think that
Yummy.
they are delicious. They are delicious, they're unique, especially with the kind of meat that we have there today. It's amazing.
Now,
I love it.
in this day of everyone talking about cholesterol, you know we don't want to eat a lot of meat.
Yes.
And I'm told that white meat is good for you, better than red meat. And pork is supposed to be the new white meat. It's a little less cholesterol content, so to speak, than you would have in red meats because of the,
which is weird because it's fatty, but if you cut it well.
Well, come on, they have a prime. That's why I said prime cut of meat.
Interesting cuts of meat. The pork has a very distinct taste itself. It's different. Lamb also has a very distinct taste. Now, the rump steak, we know that rump is one of the hardest parts to cook in a cow.
Getting it right.
Getting it right. You have to get it right. So even though it's a small piece, I want to see what they want to do with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chef Franks, you're always talking about being on a diet and nutrition and things like that.
Big fan.
Yeah. And I'm told that white meat is better to eat than
Very true.
red meat. What do you think about this statement that pork is the new white meat?
I mean, I kind of agree because if you're using a cut like the tenderloin, the fillet, or you're using like a really lean chop, because if you get your butcher to take out all the
Fat.
Hold on a second. All that good fat, off. Because the pork chop itself is like really lean.
It's really...
Because you can't overcook it, it'll be powder. But that fat, when it's crispy and it turns into crackling, amen.
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 I think that in terms of ingredients that they're using today, everything we have used at one time or the other on the set, except for the beets.
Except for the beets, yes.
And I was thinking to myself, what is unique to us in Nigeria that's available, but it's
Underused.
And beets came to mind.
Yeah.
Very high in nutrients, vitamin A, vitamin K. There's something called polynutrients, and it's a unique source of that. Same category as carrots and things like that. So I think at the end of the day, especially with what they have to do, if they cook their vegetables well, don't overcook them, they're full of nutrients. If they use their meats right, they're very lean cuts of meat. And for the viewers at home, that's a good thing to do also. If you are buying meat from the market, try and take all the fatty parts of the meat off, and that gives you a better prime meat, so to speak.
And you have the protein without the fat. And
there you go. That's a good way to put it. You have the protein without the fat.
It's another culinary quest today, and at this stage of the competition, you can see that indeed, hot just got hotter.
My new Knorr cubes are here.
And the flavor is 3 times meatier.
3 times?
Yes.
Fun. I can't wait to start cooking.
Joyce, what special flavor do you put in your stew? And how come you're always having so many customers?
It's the new Knorr cubes, so.
No?
The new Knorr cubes flavor is now 3 times meatier. Taste some.
I think I'll have some more.
Taste the Knorr difference, now with 3 times meatier flavor.
Would you consider that we upped the ante too high for this?
No, I think this is perfect.
Same here.
Because I think this is where they begin to show us what exactly it is they can do. They're not being guided like, oh, do this. We want you to make jollof rice. We want you to know. This is, you have a market.
Freedom.
Play with it.
What do you think they're able to do? What are your expectations?
You know what? I'm expecting, maybe I'm thinking too much like myself. So I'm thinking, oh, are they going to do what I would do in my head? So I'm just anxious.
But then again, let's all remember that they're not chef Reds.
I know they're not chef Reds, so that's why I'm saying that in my head, I'm thinking, oh, are they going to do what I would do? But at the same time, no, I know they won't do what I would do.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is almost up.
Mr. Victor.
Yes, boss.
Do you mind, taking 60 seconds to explain to us what's happening?
Okay, basically, I first of all started with my mise en place and then my meat marinade.
What's the mise en place?
Okay,
That's what you want to
basically,
say.